A very good day to Pon Kama Hazira. Today, me and my teammate will be presenting on our problem-based task for programming essentials in Python. So without delaying, let's move on to the next slide. So before we move further, I would like to introduce my group members. Myself is Shankari Anaprumpan Shankar and my metric number is 01DT21F2055. Next is Parsha Naidu, Anaprumpan Tyaga Raju Naidu, and metric number is 01DT22F1030. And lastly is Varchana Anaprumpan Kumar, metric number is 01DT22F1143. So now let's dive into the coding slide. So now let's look at the coding based on the questions. First, we have to input MySQL connector in the database server and manage a database called assignment submission. Next, there are two global variables, which is myd and myd1. This is to store database connection objects. Myd is used in the Python code, but myd1 is defined and not used. Next is we have to connect a DB. So this function connects to the MySQL database server. So the purpose is to establish a connection to the MySQL server running on localhost using the root, user, and the specified password. Next is for the global variable, we used myd is to set to the connection object created by the mysql.connector.connect. Next is for the delete DB. This function delete the database assignment submission if it exists. So this uses a cursor myc to execute an SQL command that drop the database assignment submission if it is already exist. So we used myd as a global variable to create the cursor for executing the SQL command. And lastly, the output will print a message indicating that the database was deleted if it is already exist. And for the create DB, this function creates the database assignment submission if it does not already exist. So the purpose is to use a cursor myc to execute an SQL command that create the database assignment submission if it doesn't already exist. Next, the global variable they are using is myd to create the cursor for executing the SQL command. So the output will print a message indicating that the database was created or already exists. So for this coding, we must have a menu where the user can choose, and it manages the assignment submission database by including additional functions for database operation like connecting to a specific database, creating a table, inserting records, and viewing records. So the function of useDB is connect to a specific database, assignment submission. So it is to establish a connection to a assignment submission database using the specific credential and store the connection object in a global variable myd1. And the global variable we're using for this is myd1 is to set to a connection object created by mysql connector.connect. Next, to create DB, so this function is to create a table DDT S53 if it does not already exist. So it is use a cursor myc to execute an SQL command that creates the table DDT S53 with columns name, metric number, assignment title, and submission status if it does not already exist. So the output will print a message indicating that the table was created or already created. Next, to insert val we use the parameter NIGC. So the function insert a record into a table DDT S53. So the parameter N is a meaning of name, I is metric number, G is assignment title, and C is submission status. So the purpose is use a cursor myc to execute on SQL command that insert a record into the table DDT S53 with the provided values. So the output will bring the number record insert, which should always be 1. And next is view val. So this function retrieves and display all records from the table DDT S5B. So the purpose is uses a cursor myc to execute MySQL command that retrieves all records from the table DDT S53. So the output will print a formatted table of the retrieved record. Next, my teammate Varsha will continue with the next slide. That's all from me, madam. Thank you.
A very good day to Pankama. My name is Varsha Naidu, daughter of Tyagarajan Naidu. My metric is 01DT22F1030. So I'll be explaining the coding for the insert data and data display part. So for my presentation, I'll explain the purpose and functionality of the two Python functions, which is update valve and delete valve. So for update valve functions, it updates the submission status in the DDTS5B as stated here for the table for records matching as a specified current status with the new status, committing the change and displaying the number of updated records. For the delete val function, it deletes the records from the same table based on given matrix number, which might commit the deletion and showing the number of deleted records. So for this function, it can ensure that the database is properly updated and maintained throughout the SQL queries executed in the Python. Next, I'll be elaborating this part of the coding. So, in this section of the coding, a user interface is created to manage the assignment submissions. So, the list of menus are like inserting a new assignment submission, viewing all submission, updating the submission status, deleting a record, or exit the program. So, when the user select an option, the corresponding function is called to interact with the database, which might update or retrieve the data as needed by the user. So, actually, this is an interactive loop which ensures that the database remains up to date with the latest information that is provided by the user.
My name is Varchana and a very good day to Pankama. So I'm going to continue with the output of the coding. So this is the output of the coding where after we connect our coding with MySQL, it will show that our database is connected and created. So in this case, I have included five input options, which is first one is update assignment submission, second is view assignment submission, third is edit submission status, fourth delete record, and the fifth one is exit. So if I run the coding, it will ask please enter your option. So in this case, I put number one, which is update assignment submission. So I have include the name, metrica number, and then the title. So after that, it will ask to enter 0 or 1. So in this case I put 1, so it means it shows that one record is inserted. So if you want to view the thing that you update just now, you can put option number 2, which is view assignment submission. So this is how it will show. So you can see name, registration number, assignment title, submission status. So the name is Varchana, registration number is 01DDT22F1143, and the assignment title is love, and submission status is 1. So after we view the input that I inserted, I want to update more assignment submissions. So in this case, I put number one to update again. So I put the name, another name, which is Varsha, metric card number, title is OOP. So it will ask whether 0 or 1. I put 0, so it put one record inserted. So again, I put 2 to view the one that I update just now. So you can see this is how it shows Varchana, Varsha, registration number, assignment title, love, OP, and submission status 1 and 0. So the next is if you want to edit submission status to, maybe if you put 1, you want to edit to 0, you can put 3 in the please enter your options section. So it will ask whether you want to put 0 or 1. So it will ask for your current status. So in this case, first for the name Varchana, I put current status 1, and then the new status is 0. So it will show one record updated. So if you want to see the one you put, maybe you can just put 2 to view again. So I put 2 to see whether Varchana, Varsha, and then the one, the input for Varchana just now is 1. When I edit it, it changed to 0. So the next is if you want to delete it, you can put number 4 to delete the record. So it will ask for enter metric card number to delete. So in this case, I want to delete the metric card number of the name Varsha, which is 01DDT22F1030. So it will show that deleting the metric card number, and then it will show one record deleted, and then it will show the metric card you delete just now has been successfully deleted, like that. So if you want to see the, if you want to view it again, whether the date, whether the input you put just now deleted or not, you can put number 2 to view the assignment submission. So if you put view, this is how it show. Just now we have two input, which is Varchana and Varsha. For now, after I delete the input of Varsha, it only shows Varchana 01 DDT 22 F1143 love and 0. So lastly, I want to exit it. So I put 5. It shows that exited the assignment submission system. So I hope you all understand with the coding and the output of the coding. Thanks for watching.